On Global TV News Express, President Tinubu in Lagos for end-of-year festivities. In business, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission invites Dangote over $7 million school fees claim against ex-NMDPRA boss. Unferencing on non-gunmen kill 10, injure others in South African shooting. And in sport, National Sports Commission commends Team Nigerian's performance at the African Youth Games and reaffirms commitment to youth development. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Sadia Yakubu. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365 and StarTimes, channels 276. And now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu arrived at the Murtala Mohammed Airport on Saturday evening after a visit to Borno and Bauchi State Borno State. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State and other government officials welcomed the president upon his arrival in coastal state. Presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga said Tinubu will engage in some social activities, including the Eyo Festival, during his stay in the commercial city. He also received dignitaries across the country who will pay him homage to him this Yuletide. Presidency has dismissed claims that it secretly altered some provisions of the newly enacted tax reform laws, insisting that no changes were made outside the established legal and legislative process. This comes as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and several civil society organizations called for the suspension of the implementation of the laws. The tax reform laws, which face stiff opposition from federal lawmakers from the northern part of the country before their passage, are scheduled to take effect on January 1st, 2026. President Bola Tinubu has earmarked 5.41 trillion naira for the security, the single largest allocation in the proposed 2026 budget, presenting the 58.18 trillion naira since 2026 appropriation bill to a joint session of the National Assembly. He says national security remains the foundation of economic growth, investment, and social stability. It marks the third consecutive year that defense and security spendings have taken priority since the administration began presenting national budget in November 2023. We will present a summary of the proposed spending.
Under the proposal, defense and security will receive the lion's share ahead of infrastructure, education, and health, reaffirming a pattern established in the 2024 and 2025 budget cycles, where security consistently attracted the highest sectoral funding amid persistent threats from terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping.
National security remains the foundation of development. The 2026 budget strengthens support for modernization of armed forces, intelligence-driven pricing and joint operations, border security, and technology-enabled surveillance and community-based peace-building and conflict prevention.
Beyond security, the 2026 budget also proposes 3.56 trillion naira for infrastructure, 3.52 trillion naira for education, and
without security, investment will not thrive. Without education and healthy citizens, productivity will not rise. Without infrastructure, jobs and enterprises will not scale. This budget is therefore designed to provide a single coherent program of national renewal, a national security and peace building.
On his part, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, noted that the 2026 appropriation bill is more than the compilation of figures.
The 2026 appropriation bill you are about to present before us is therefore far far more than a compilation of figures. It is, for us, a statement of intent, a reflection of priorities, a record of difficult choices, and a roadmap for the next phase of Nigeria's national renewal.
Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, said while the economy has shown signs of recovery and stability in 2025, volatility in global oil markets and optimistic fiscal assumptions had exposed the risks of over-reliance on crude oil revenues, making realism and discipline imperative in the 2026 budget framework.
If 2025 was a year of adjustment and learning, 2026 must be a year of fulfillment. Growth must increasingly translate into jobs, higher incomes, and expanded opportunities.
As earlier, the Federal Executive Council had approved the 2026 budget framework at an emergency meeting presided over for the first time by Vice President Kashim Shettima. Uyi Agbumofwegbe reporting for Global TV News.
Members of the House of Representatives have declared their support for a bill seeking the creation of special seats for women in the National Assembly and state legislatures. The bill processes the introduction of one additional female senator for each state and federal capital territory, with each woman elected to the reserved seat for women representing her entire state. In the House of Representatives, the proposal provides for one additional female lawmaker for each state, and the FCT also elected on a statewide basis. The police and other security agencies have beefed up security across the country with Christmas just a few days away. Hundreds of thousands of Nigerians usually travel to their hometowns to celebrate the occasion, some by road and others by air. Reports from different parts of the country show that traffic from the southwest and northern states to the southeast and south-south has been on the increase in the last few days. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command says it has recorded significant breakthroughs in the fight against crime, arresting over 160 suspects and rescuing dozens of victims between October and December 2025. The Commissioner of Police FCT Command, Mila Dentawaye, disclosed this while briefing journalists at the command headquarters in Abuja. Kikelomo Okiri has details.
According to the police commissioner, the command carried out comprehensive security assessment across 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory following his assumption of office in October 2025. The assessment identified key security concerns, including kidnapping, armed robbery, so-called one-chance robberies, car theft, drug-related offenses, and other violent crimes. CP Dantawaye explained that, in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, the command adopted an intelligence-driven policing strategy, combining crime analysis, hotspot mapping, community engagement, and interagency collaboration.
We adopted focused, intelligence-driven operational approach, anchored on crime analysis, hotspot mapping, collaboration with sister agencies, and continuous operational evaluation to guide deployments and tactical responses.
Breaking down the figures, the Commissioner of Police says 7 kidnap cases were recorded, leading to arrest of 41 suspects and the disruption of several kidnapping gangs operating within and around the FCT, and 38 suspects arrested, while 26 cases of one-chance robbery led to the arrest of 12 suspects. On rescues, CP Dantawaye says 24 kidnapped victims, including women and children, were safely rescued from criminal hideouts, while 8 others victims of violent crimes were recovered through swift police intervention.
Police Command recorded notable operational successes across multiple crime fronts, particularly in anti-kidnapping operations, armed robbery suppression, arrest of violent offenders, rescue of victims, and recovery of arms, ammunition, vehicles, cash, and other criminal exhibits.
The police commissioner added that 96 suspects were discharged to court during the period under review, with 60 convictions already secured, while other cases remain under prosecution. It further reveals that significant recoveries were made, including rifles, shotgun, locally made firearms, live ammunition, illicit drugs, stolen vehicles, counterfeit items, and over 15 million naira in cash believed to be proceeds of crime. The Commissioner of Police assured residents that the FCT Command will continue to strengthen intelligence-led policing, deepen community engagement, and sustain joint operations to address emerging security threats. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, unknown gunmen kill 10, injured others in South African shooting. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that short break. And in business news, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) has invited businessman Aliko Dangote for more information in respect of his petition against the immediate past managing director of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed. Dangote is expected to appear or send his lawyer Ogu Onoja tomorrow when ICPC's investigation of the petition formally commences. Dangote had accused Farouk of corruption and misappropriation of funds, including spending millions of dollars on his 4 children's education in expensive and exclusive schools in Switzerland. The Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission says it is committed to boosting investment across priority sectors and implementing the new Economic Development Incentive Framework in 2026. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Aisha Rimi, made this disclosure while addressing journalists in Abuja. Business correspondent Kike Lomo Okere has more.
The Executive Secretary, Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, Aisha Rimi, who was represented by the Director of Strategic Services, Abubakar Yerima, while reviewing the Commission's 2025 performance, reported steady growth in capital importation and investment facilitation.
Key digital tools required. The overall impact is that in 2025, the interventions of the department significantly strengthened NIPC's institutional effectiveness, strategic coherence, and national relevance.
He emphasized the important role of the media in shaping Nigeria's economic image and building investors' confidence. Official says accurate reporting promotes transparency and positions the media as a key partner in telling Nigeria's investment story.
Overall, the department's intervention reinforced NIPC's role as a strategic national institution and strengthened Nigeria's capacity to attract, manage, and patronize quality investments that support sustainable economic growth.
The Commission thanked the media for its partnership in promoting Nigerian investment potential and reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing investors' support, digital service, and creating a more competitive business environment. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Women drawn from 23 local government areas of Benue State have received 500,000 each in financial support under the Redeeming Project 774 episode initiative. The empowerment scheme pledged by Governor Hyacinth Alia is aimed at strengthening women's participation in Nigerian small business sector with plans for major expansion in 2026. Global Television's news correspondent Felicity Nderi reports.
The program is designed to strengthen women's participation in politics and business, formalize women-owned enterprises, expand access to funding, and improved support for small businesses, with the Makurdi distribution exercise bringing together beneficiaries from all 23 local government areas of the state. At the event, the Benue State Governor, Hyacinth Alia, fulfilled his pledge, with each beneficiary receiving 500,000 naira as start-up capital to support their business ventures.
Our voices have been silent and who is going to represent us more than women themselves.
Speaking on behalf of the governor, the Special Advisor on Women Affairs, Scholastica Bensour, said the Project 77 Explored initiative, themed Enhancing Gender Space in Politics, aims to amplify women's voices in governance while promoting economic empowerment.
It's about bringing the visibility and inclusivity of women in politics, in the space of government, the key offices who want to have a representation. So this program is to give us that opening to be able to amplify our voices. And on that day, the governor pledged to give the beneficiaries across the 23 local government in Benue State 500,000 naira each, and also sponsor a skill for them. They should not just be dependent of office jobs.
Beneficiaries commended the initiative, describing it as a clear demonstration of the governor's commitment to inclusive development and social support across all levels.
I am using this money to start up a business, and I will invite those that are willing to come and see what the governor has imparted in me.
It will encourage me to boost my business. Even my farm input, I will buy and apply fertilizers and other things.
Our governor has kept his promise he made to us on the day we were inaugurated. I want to use this medium to also employ more.
Project 774 Connectivity, a federal government initiative championed by the national woman leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, to strengthen local government and promote skills nationwide, is driving growth in Benue State's small businesses, with beneficiaries highlighting the impact of increased funding and supportive policies. In Makurdi, Felicity Ndere reporting for Global Television News.
On the foreign scene, United Nations Security Council has urged Rwanda to withdraw its forces from Eastern Congo and extended the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Congo, known as MONUSCO, for a year, as fighting in the region escalated despite a peace deal. The United Nations' most powerful body condemned an offensive by the Rwanda-backed M23, demanded Rwanda stop supporting the rebels and withdraw its troops, thereby renewing the peacekeepers' mandates, keeping about 11,500 military personnel in the country. In a generally adopted resolution, the resolution comes as M23 claimed to have withdrawn from Uvira, a strategic city in eastern Congo, it seized last week. Unknown gunmen killed 10 people and wounded 10 others in an attack at a township outside Johannesburg. It is the second mass shooting in South Africa this month. The motive for the attack at Bakadil, 40 kilometers southwest of the city, was not clear. South Africa, home to 63 million people, suffers from a high crime rate, including one of the highest murder rates in the world. And in sports, the National Sports Commission has commended Team Nigeria for its outstanding performance and conduct at the recently concluded African Youth Games, describing the outing as a strong reflection of the nation's vast grassroots talent and a promising future for Nigerian sports. Director General of the Sports Commission, Bukola Olupade, praised the athletics, coaches and support staff for their dedication and commitment, with special recognition given to the grassroots development team. Nigerian women's domestic football is set for a major boost as new long-term support is expected to strengthen the structure of the Nigerian Women's Football League and deepen grassroots development across the country. With sustained focus on structure and grassroots development, stakeholders believe the NWLF could emerge as a model for the women's football on the continent. Anieti Patrick reports.
The Nigeria Women's Football League, NWFL, is entering a new phase aimed at long-term growth, stability and talent development following a funding partnership designed to strengthen the domestic game. The support is expected to improve league organization, officiating standards and club welfare, while creating clearer pathways for young female footballers from grassroots to elite level. Beyond the top division, the initiative is also projected to support youth programs, community teams, and talent discovery across the states, reinforcing the league's role as a feeder system for Nigeria's national women's teams. Stakeholders say the focus is on building a sustainable football ecosystem where young girls can access competitive football, proper coaching, and regular match opportunities rather than short-term gains.
Total value every year, starting off, is 1 billion per league, right? And what I did is just break it down to tell you this part is cash, this part is production, this part is marketing, and this element of it allows us to buy airtime so that the leagues are visible on national broadcasters.
The Nigerian National League is also expected to benefit from similar support, helping to strengthen the lower tiers of domestic football and improve the overall football pyramid. Officials say better funding at league level will translate into stronger clubs, improved administration, and better preparation for players who will eventually represent Nigeria at junior and senior levels.
This collaboration will mark a good milestone to elevate women football in Nigeria to new heights. Top-tier sport bring expertise, innovation, and share a passion for developing talent and growing the game. Together, we will enhance league operation.
The National Sports Commission has described the development as a positive step towards rebuilding trust in Nigerian sports and encouraging partnerships that prioritize athletes' welfare and grassroots growth.
I'm also connected to the Women League. As an entrepreneur, I did search for sponsorship for the league. But what Chichi has brought to the table today is beyond inclusivity, is beyond equality. It is a true meaning of investing in the girl child.
For women's football, the expectation is clear: a stronger domestic league, wider participation, and a steady supply of talent for the future. Anie Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
As Global TV News Express comes to an end, here is a recap of our top stories. On Global TV News Express, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu arrived at the Murtala Muhammad Airport on Saturday evening after a visit to Borno and Bauchi State. In business, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has invited businessman Aliko Dangote for more information in respect of his petition against the immediate past managing director of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed. On foreign scene, unknown gunmen killed 10 people and wounded 10 others in an attack at a township outside Johannesburg. It is the second mass shooting in South Africa this month. And in sport, the National Sports Commission has commended Team Nigeria for its outstanding performance and conduct at the recently concluded African Youth Games, describing the outing as a strong reflection of the nation's vast grassroots talent and a promising future for Nigerian sports. And that's it on News Express. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365 and Star Times, channels 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using our Global TV NG. I am Sadia Yakubu saying thank you for watching.